Welcome to the Smiles Are Wild show, brought to you by Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. We know as parents that taking care of your children's teeth can be overwhelming. That's why every week we will bring you educational content to encourage and empower you. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Morgan. I'm the marketing coordinator here for Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. And today we are going to be sharing some fun ways that you can introduce your child to the tooth fairy. We know as parents, it can be kind of scary, especially when your kiddos seem to have a fear of losing teeth. So we have some really fun items that we want to go over, and then some, how to search YouTube to find certain videos to show them and things like that. So we just hope that you'll join us, get some ideas here, and be able to use them with your child. Tooth Fairy Day is coming up this week. Tooth Fairy Day actually happens 2 times a year because you were supposed to go to the dentist 2 times a year. So you probably hear us talk about it more than other things, and you probably see some of the products that we show a little bit more often, but that's just because the Tooth Fairy Day happens twice a year. So we're super excited to be able to show you those things. I do want to start off, if this is your first time joining us, we want to make sure that you like us on all of our social media channels, whether they ask for a like, a love, a follow, a subscribe. We can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube by searching Smiles Are Wild. And then we also have a lot of content on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So we try to take a lot of our educational content and put it over onto a podcast, so that if you don't have time to sit there and watch a video, maybe while you're driving or something like that, there's some fun educational content there about all different types of things that will help with parenting as well as your kids' oral health. And you can find those on our podcast, like I said, at Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So we also are in the month of February. February is Black History Month. And I personally try to support a lot of Black-owned businesses just throughout the year. But we do have a local Black-owned business that I am actually supporting today. This is a sweatshirt from Be Easy. You can find them at bz.724 on Instagram, and I will post all the links for everything. But they have this really cute sweatshirt style tracksuit. It even has like their name on here, and hopefully with the way that I'm not doing very good at this, but it even has like nice little details. It has slit cuts on the sides of the sweatshirt. And then it also, like, the pants are amazing. So it's a whole suit that goes together. All the same color. They have gray, I believe. And then the reason that I have supported this business specifically is because they also have a kids tracksuit. And I believe that comes in black. So like I said, I will put it up on the website or up here in the comments when we're done with today's video. But again, Be Easy is a local Black-owned business. It is a local couple. They created this line. They really want to make sure that you are living and existing into your true self. They have a lot of workout videos. They encourage you to work out. They encourage you to be your authentic self, along with having this really, really cool apparel line. They have hats too, which are really cool looking. So I hope you'll check them out. I hope you will support them. Even if it's not during Black History Month, that's okay. They're, obviously they need our support all year long. But again, this is a local Arkansas business. Be Easy is how you pronounce it. And I will put up all the links of how you can find this. And need I just say that the pants and the sweatshirt itself are like super comfortable. Like, I am absolutely in love. And honestly, with today's weather, I'm ready to go home and put on the pants and just lounge on the couch. So I hope that you all will check that out. And again, I think it's really important that not only do we support Black-owned businesses, but also local businesses right here in Northwest Arkansas. So we are very, very proud to be able to support this business, and we hope you will check them out as well. All right, so on to today's business at hand, as far as this lovely thing we call the Tooth Fairy. We know there's not really a lot of, I want to say, television content out there for the Tooth Fairy. I know there's a couple of movies like, I'm going to totally botch it, but it's Guardian of something. They have a Tooth Fairy in there. There's a few things that you can find here and there that joke. There's a movie called The Tooth Fairy. So there's a few things out there that kind of touch on this idea of the tooth fairy. But when your 4, 5, and 6-year-old starts to have loose teeth, and everything starts falling out, I'm sure that there's some fear involved, as far as the kids being fearful of losing their teeth, parents being fearful of how they're going to talk to their child about this, because maybe it's not something that's in your wheelhouse as far as introducing your kids to the idea of losing their teeth along with the tooth fairy. We highly suggest that as a family. So whether you're a single mom, single dad, a guardian, a grandparent, you decide up front what your tooth fairy story is going to be. And when you talk to your kids, you give the same story to all the kids. Make sure your older kids know that it's very typical of a Santa Claus story, and we want to try to keep it as magical as possible for as long as possible. You also need to talk about the monetary value of teeth. Today, they're like saying that teeth, like kids are getting like $5. I can't even imagine getting $5 for a tooth. When I was little, we got like 50 cents. Of course, 50 cents went a long way back then. So it's to each their own as far as monetary value. But we do have some really cute ideas for how you can introduce them. So we're going to start off today with some books. So we really, really, really strive to make sure that we are encouraging children to read all the time. It is well known that good readers make good students and make good citizens in society in the future. So we really encourage kids to read. So the first book that we have today is called How to Catch the Tooth Fairy. It's a really, really cute book. And it just has this really sweet little girl on her toothbrush flying, and so it's all about how she's going to catch the tooth fairy. Okay. It's obviously got some really good illustrations in here. You can see she's hanging out over here. But this is a really, really fun book. I think for all ages. It says ages 4 and up. But I think that's just because they don't want anybody under 4 holding on to these pages. But you could start reading this at any time. But again, they're going to start losing their teeth between the ages of 4 to 7. So start introducing them to the tooth fairy with this book, How to Catch the Tooth Fairy. I will say we do like to shop local, but because the tooth fairy is such a niche, we did have to purchase a lot of the things that we have found on Amazon. So almost everything I'm going to show you today came from Amazon except one thing. Okay. Then we have Tallulah, the Tooth Fairy CEO. So this is a really fun book. It says she's the CEO of Tooth Fairies. It says, meet Tallulah. She's the Tooth Fairy CEO. Tallulah knows practically everything about being a tooth fairy, how to collect teeth, dispense money, train other fairies, and it's all in the Teeth Titans Incorporated employee manual. But when something happens that's not covered in the manual, what's a fairy to do? So it has these really, really cute illustrations in here. So this is also just a really fun book. It doesn't have an age suggestion on here, but Tallulah, the Tooth Fairy CEO, and this is by Dr. Tamara Pizzoli. That's a really, really fun one. I love the illustrations in that book so much, and it's a super fun story. And then this one's kind of a combo of a book and a place to keep your teeth. So this is called The Tooth Fairy Tales. It's actually from FAO Schwarz. So if you're familiar, that's like the famous toy store that is in New York City. They used to have some stores around, in other places. And then they actually carry a line of this at Target. We ordered this off of Amazon. But FAO Schwarz is also the Toy Story in the movie Big, and I am probably aging myself out there really a lot. So, but it comes with a place to put their photos from when they're toothless. So it has these cute little pockets where you can put a picture there for as they lose their front teeth. I think that's super fun. And then it has a book called The Tooth Fairy Tale. Okay. And then it has this really cute, and I don't know, oh yeah. It has this really cute little place you can put their tooth in here. It looks like a dream catcher, so you can put their tooth in here. But I think this really makes a really, really cute baby gift as well. This is a really fun, I know obviously working in the dental office, I like to give teeth-related gifts. But this is a really, really fun set. You can see it comes in a really nice package, so it's easy to keep up with. Obviously, while they are losing all their teeth. So you can have this, and then it becomes a memory style box for them as they get older. Now we have gone over this. Now this is not an Amazon purchase. I believe you can purchase it on Amazon, but we purchased it directly from the company called Brush-A-Lot. So this is the Adventures of Brush-A-Lot, and it's about these kiddos on here, and they live in Pearly White City. We've highlighted this item before, and we've actually given some of them away. But I'm going to open up the box. It comes with this really nice packaging. And I'm going to show you what's all included in here. This is just a really fun idea that these two dads came up with, actually. And so they have created this. It's by Ian Wilms and Regan Watts. And Regan has actually been on our Facebook Live before. So we are happy to continue to support them in their mission to have kids learn all about the tooth fairy and teeth. It says, join the tooth fairy, her brother, Sir Brush-A-Lot, his trusty sidekick, Incisor, General Floss, and their friends as they wage a heroic battle to protect Pearly White City against Prince Black and the Tartar troopers. So this is not only about the tooth fairy, but also about keeping your teeth clean. As you can see, it's also got a very diverse crew of kiddos here. So we have a lot of ethnicities included in here. And then, so the kit comes with this book. And then it also comes with this really cute horse that can hold the tooth and then hold the money. So the tooth goes on this side, and then whatever, gift or little token or coins or dollars the kid is going to get from the tooth fairy can go in this little pouch here. Again, this is Incisor. That's his name. I think that is so cute. Such a cute name. They really got super creative with naming this character and all of the characters in the book. And again, this is just a really small business. I believe they are out of Canada, actually, but we are happy to support them. And then last but not least, it has a really cute nightlight. So let me see how well I can get this to, because it's white, it's going to be a little weird, but this is a nightlight. You can see it has a little tooth here. So this is actually a button. So when they hit this button, it'll turn and it gives you the instructions. But basically when the light is on, that's how the tooth fairy can find you to let you know to let her know, he or she know that your child has lost a tooth. So I think this is super fun. It can also just act as a nightlight at all times, but there's a special light that you use when you need the tooth fairy to come. So I think that's super fun. It has just a standard plug on the back. All right, so that all comes as a kit with the book, the nightlight, and the horse. And again, that's the Adventures of Brush-A-Lot. You can find them on Instagram. They have a website. They have coloring pages. They have toothbrush kits. They have all kinds of stuff on their website. So it's a really fun way to introduce your child not only to the tooth fairy, but also about the importance of brushing. Okay, now we're going to get down to kind of what you will need as the tooth fairy visits your house. So we ordered a bunch of stuff to be able to show you. So I'm going to talk about it because it didn't come in time for this live. And I wanted to get the live out today just because in our area, the weather is going to be a little strange. So we found a bunch of stuff on Amazon, like this really, really cute like sticker set where you put a door on your baseboards and then it looks like the fairy is coming through the door. We ordered some just different ways, different pillows, different styles, things like that. But we do have some of those with us today. But if you look up tooth fairy kits or tooth fairy pillows or anything like that on Amazon, or pretty much any internet search will work, you can find a lot of these items just directly there. There is a local business that does carry a tooth fairy kit, and the name of the business is escaping me. And as soon as I think about it, I will put it in here. It's in Bentonville, and I will put the name in here. And they did have a little tooth fairy kit last year when we checked on that. So we'll check in with them and see if they have that locally so you can support a local business. So a few things that we had, we've actually shown these before. So this is just a little box that comes with a little bag, and it just says My Tooth Fairy Bag. And it has the box so you can keep it, obviously, when they don't need it. And then this is just a little bag that it comes with, says for the tooth fairy. But then when you turn it around, it has this. So when the tooth fairy comes, she can leave it on this side. Okay. So that's a really cute idea. They come in all colors. So if you have a gender specific idea that you want, you can do that. And that's just up to you and your family. Then we have these. Now these are pretty, I don't consider these old school. I think they're really cute and fun and still current, but we have been buying these for years. They used to make Razorback ones, but these are from Bunnies and Bows. and they are a small business, but they do sell on Amazon. So that's where I got these. And so this is just a tooth pillow, and it comes with magic tooth fairy dust. So you can see the pillow here. This one has a John Deere tractor on it. And then you can see it comes with the tooth fairy dust here. You can kind of see the glitter here on the bottom. So they have several options, whichever gender specific you would like. They have gender neutral. They have whatever you need here. And then obviously I had to bring my girl on here. So this little princess here looks like the tooth fairy. Same thing. She's got some tooth fairy dust under here. But these are really cute, and it's a really good way to introduce your child to the tooth fairy. But also it's a soft item that can go in bed with them. But you just slide the tooth in the little pouch here. There's a little pouch here, and you just put the tooth in there. Okay. Now we have a couple other things. We found these this last year. So these are really cute. These are just like dolls. So you can see they have a pirate and a mermaid, and then the tooth just goes in the top of their top here. So the mermaid's has a little thing that goes in her skirt, and then the pirate has it goes in here where it says tooth fairy. So those are some really cute ideas, super fun. Again, if you need a gender specific, you can be able to pick that out. And I believe I searched, when I did my search this week to buy the other items that didn't come in, I just did gender neutral tooth fairy items, and a lot of stuff came up, books, dolls, like all kinds of stuff, because we don't want to really get stuck on the boy girl thing, but we just want to make sure that what to each their own with your families and what you need to do for that. And then a couple other ideas that we have, and I thought this one was really cute, especially as your kids get older. This is a tooth fairy receipt. So it's just a little receipt that the tooth fairy will fill out. It has the owner's name, their age, the tooth quality. So it says fair, good, or excellent. Then it has an authorized signature and the date collected. So this is something that the tooth fairy can leave behind whenever they take the tooth, and they can leave their gift behind with this tooth receipt. And then this becomes like a memory thing. So you can put this in their baby book or whatever you need to kind of keep track of their teeth. So it just comes with this pack of little cards. So if you have a large family, this should handle most of them. But yeah, so I think these are really cute. And then it has a little tooth on the back. So it's a really fun idea. It looks really magical and fairy-like. So I think it goes with the theme of what most people think the tooth fairy looks like. And then the last thing that we actually have to show you are just these tokens. So let's say, for example, the sweet tooth fairy forgot to go to the ATM, and we have to come up with something. If you have these on hand, it will work, which, I mean, a lot of parents just use like their change jar or whatever it is that they need to do. But these are actually tooth fairy tokens. And so it will replace the lost tooth. So they are just in this packaging here, but you can see, let me see if I can get it to open here. But the tokens are really cute, and they just say that they're from the tooth fairy. But again, how many times has the tooth fairy forgotten to go to the ATM? I feel like in my family, the tooth fairy was always forgetting to go to the ATM. So they come in this cute little pouch here, and they're double-sided. And so this one just says Twinkie the Tooth Fairy, Twinkle the Tooth Fairy. So you can see that there. And then on the other side, it says a gift from the Tooth Fairy. So you can do this, and then you can decide what denomination this might equal. So if they got a token back, you can say, oh, let's take your token and buy a $5 toy, or let's take your token. I'll take your token and I'll give you $2 because that's what the token equals. You can kind of decide the denomination of this. But also, again, this becomes a memory thing. And you could technically take a Sharpie and write the date of when they lost their tooth and keep this as a memory as well. So there's lots of fun ideas. We really just want to encourage you to start talking to your kiddos about oral health care, and that includes the magic of the tooth fairy. We do not want them to think that losing teeth is scary, because you do have to lose 20 of them. So it's a long process from ages 4 to 12. Some kids hold on to them longer than that. And then if you have to get your wisdom teeth out, it's a whole thing. So I think the magic of the tooth fairy comes along with the magic of how we actually get new rows of teeth and things like that. So We really hope that you will share some of these ideas with your family and friends. Talk to your child about the Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy Day is coming up really quickly. So that we'll have that post up when that's ready. And, that can just be an idea to have a fun conversation. If you are in Northwest Arkansas and we are possibly about to have some bad weather, now would be a good time, and it's a fun activity. You can also look up some cute videos on YouTube. All you have to do is just search Tooth Fairy on there. It'll show you some really good ideas for that. If you ever have questions about where we purchased something, or hey, I can't find that video, just direct message us. We're happy to help out with that. I know sometimes when parents post on Instagram that they have lost their tooth and they tag us, we actually will reach out to the parents sometime and give them one of these pillows or one of these Tooth Fairy gifts, because we think that losing their first tooth is a milestone that needs to be celebrated. So we hope that you will celebrate that as well. Like I said, Tooth Fairy Day is coming up. Again, if you have any questions or concerns about any of the content that we have talked about today or on any other video, you can always direct message us on Instagram or Facebook. You can also email me directly at amy@smilesarwild.com. Or you can also call us at the office. It's 479-582-0600. And again, I want to encourage you to go to beeasy.724 on Instagram, and I will post the website to order as well, and get you a tracksuit from them, as well as there are some really super cute black ones for kiddos. But we hope that even if you can't go to Be Easy today or this month or whatever, that you will support a local business and a Black-owned business this year, because we really think that it's important. It's technically Black History Month, but we know by supporting Black-owned businesses that we are encouraging them in the future. And we just hope that you'll take the time to look into some of those businesses. And we appreciate you all for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we hope you join us again next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and go visit us on smilesarwild.com.